Hello guys, welcome to the second part of our course, right? So we're just going to work on the login and sign up screen. Okay, so it's pretty basic. We have some part here that says sign in Google. I'm not sure we have this, but we will try to just get these images from Google. Yeah. So let's go ahead and then start working on it. What we need to do now is just click on new page and click on create blank, and we will call it login, right? And then we will just click on these to delete the app bar. The next thing we need to do is click on the column, click on add a child to the column, and let's look at it again. Hold on. So we have the logo and then the text, a lot of text. Okay, so let's go back to the splash screen, and then let's copy this row. Ctrl C to copy it. Okay, go back to login, click on the column here and Ctrl V to paste it. And then what we need to do next is go back to the splash again, click on the row and copy the row that contains the text, and then click on the column here and paste it. Then we need to put up the welcome back. So let's click on these and just duplicate it. Click on these and give it some padding, maybe 24. All right, then change it to welcome back, small letters. Okay, so here we will say welcome back. All right, so we have welcome back. We can put the exclamation sign and use credentials to access your account. Here we can just click on here, and that's a row, duplicate it and click here and say use credentials. Use credentials to access your account. Use credentials. Okay, so here this is gonna be quite small. Let's first of all give it a padding of let's look at it again, maybe 60 here and 60 as well here. Click on the expansion to push it downwards. Is it one line? It's actually one line. Okay, no problems. So let's make it center line, but we're gonna reduce the font size. So here it's just gonna be 400 by 12. So 400 by 12. It's really too small. Let's make it 14. All right, so it's 14, and click here to give it the gray color. This I think will work. All right, so let's see. I think it's pretty okay. So use credentials to access your account. And then this one here, we need to push it down a bit. So let's give it the row 15, okay? Pretty much. And then I think we should make this text a bit bold, like a bit bigger. So maybe 24. All right, now that's like it. And here we need to just, let me zoom in so you can see what is happening there. So we have these text field, then we have some sort of icon here for, we want to use almost the same thing, but we will just make sure that we just replace things with that. So let's click on the column and search for text field. Bring in our text field. So I just brought in text field. The first one here says enter username. So that's like the hint text. So we can, or label text, anyone. So let's say enter username. Enter username. Well, I think here we will be using email. I prefer to use email actually. So enter email. And then what we need to do here is, let's scroll down, go to the input decoration properties and change it to outline. And then in the outline, click on these and change it to this one as the border color. All right, it's pretty much deep, I think, right? So it's too deep actually. So let's click on it and maybe reduce the intensity. So we can use something lighter. I think this might still work, right? That's like white. Okay, let's see. If we click on here and pick something else, there's alternate here. All right, so let's try alternate. Okay, so alternate works. Okay, So what we need to do now is there's a space here, let's say 36, okay, and then this says enter email. It has a border radius here, so let's increase this to, I think it already has a default border radius of 8, but I think it should be more, maybe 12. Okay, so we have that, and what else? We need to put an icon here. So we click here to make a leading. So normally for text fields, they have leading icons or trailing icon. Leading icons are the ones that start at the beginning, trailing are the ones that start at the end. So here we want a trailing icon. We need a let's say account, maybe account should show us a human being's face, something like this. So which should we go for? I think we will use something like this. Okay, so I'm using something like that. So this is it, and for me it's pretty okay. All right, and then we can just go ahead and click on this and duplicate it, Control D. All right, so we have duplicated it. I'll reduce this a bit because the spacing in between here is not so much. So let's make these 26, maybe 26 works. Okay, and then this is going to be for password. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just go ahead and go to the icon properties, click on what we had selected before as a leading, and then I'll say security. Now okay, that didn't work. Say lock. Okay, so now we have something here, and we can use, let me see what we have here. So let's use something like this. Okay, something like this will work, and we can go ahead and scroll up to change the text, the text, so enter password, or enter password. So here we will say enter password, enter password. Now we have enter password. Here we need to just increase the padding on the left. I would like to make these 20. Yes, so 20 there and 20 here. Just to make things uniform, we've been using that somewhere else, so let's say 20 here as well, and then maybe here 20. Okay, so now we need to push these icon a little bit inside. So let's scroll down, we'll see where to do that. So content padding, let's push this a little bit, let's say 12. No, that didn't work. Let's see. So I want to just push it inside a bit. Content padding. Let me go up, and I might just see what to use. Okay, this is like the regular padding. I need some other padding. It's supposed to be the content padding, but it's not giving me what I need. When I did that, it didn't give me what I need. Okay, so I think we'll just leave this for now, right? Yes, let's just let these be for now. Trailing this, okay, let's let that be for now. Maybe later on we'll come back to revise that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add forgot password. Click on the column itself, click on here, and okay, let's just copy the text, the row here, Control C, click on the column, Control V, click on the text and say forgot password, question mark. We can scroll down. Okay, no, let's change these to these, and then let's remove these to 20, and we don't need this. Scroll down, we will go ahead and change it to, let's click on the row itself and say disalignment, just to push it to that side. Okay, then click on the text now, and we want to change the color. I think if we click here, we might just see the color to use. This will just work. Okay, so forgot password, and that's it there. And then we need a button, so I think the best thing to do is go to onboarding and copy the button here, Control C, come back to login, click on the column and paste it. All right, so we have the button pasted. I actually still think this button is bigger than the height we gave it here. So anyways, in this case, let's change it to what I think it should be, 56. Then here we're going to say login instead of get started. And we will change the padding here to maybe 24. Nice. 2. Okay, so now that we've gotten that, we now have this part where the user can either sign in with Google or sign in with Apple. So let's go ahead and let's see what was that. Let's go ahead and start. Click on the column itself. Click on the add a child to the column, add a row. In the row we want to add a container. All right, so we're going to add a container. The container's width is going to be infinite. Yes. Okay, now that didn't work because we didn't change the expansion type to this one. So now we can say be infinite. Yes, but I want your height to be 1. Okay, and then I want these to be maybe this particular color. All right, and I want it to have a padding of 20 on the left. You will get to see all of this, and maybe a little padding of 20 on the right as well. Then now I want to add I want to add a text on in the row. So now this is going to be the OR that we have here in the design. So we have this gray line, then OR, and then that line again. So we'll just say OR, and then this particular line, let's see whether we can select it. Let's select it from here. So it's too deep actually, so we can click here and use alternate. Okay, and we can just copy it, Ctrl C, and click on the row again, the row that contains the two of them, and paste, Ctrl V now. So now we have these two things written there. So we can now say 24. Okay, so that's it. I think it looks good. Then we're going to go ahead and set up this particular scenario for our button. Now we can use a button and implement this particular feature, but the thing is, it's gonna be almost like we're not going to find it very easy to get this icon. We don't even have that kind of icon right now inside FlutterFlow, so we need to use something else entirely. So I'm going to click on create, add a child to the column itself. So I will say container. Okay, so to continue working on the whole thing, we just need to click on column and then click add a child to the widget, which is the column in this case, and add a container. All right, so we have a container here. We're going to use the container to set up what we have here inside our design. All right, so we have this big rectangle here, so we will just go ahead and click on expansion and say infinite. That's make the width infinite. The height here, let's just make it 56 so that it can be the same as the other one. And we're going to say padding on the left here is 20, and on the right here is also going to be 20. Then what we're going to do is give it a border radius of 8. I think that's what we use in the other side as well. So 8, let's see, was it 8? Let's scroll down here and check out. Yeah, it's 8. So we have 8, and then here, this is our container. Our container has a fill color. We just need to clear this fill color. So click and clear the fill color and set the border radius, the border color. Let's give it alternate, and I think that's about it. Okay, so we now have, this is how it looks like. The next thing we need to do is this image and then the text here, sign in with Google. So let's click on the container, and inside the container we need to add a row. All right, so we need to add a row so that we can add, what else? We're going to add an image. So the image is just going to be what we have here, and we're going to use 24 pixels by 24 here. Well, if it's too small, we will possibly consider changing it. So let's give it a padding of 20 here on the left, and then I will come over here to Google. Then I'll search for Google logo. All right, and then I can click on this one. All right, and then check if it's gonna give me, let's just copy the image address and scroll down here and paste it. Okay, so All right, so now we do that. Now we have it somehow here, but it's like white background, but I think it's okay because if you click on this entire column now, let's wrap the entire column with a container. So the container will automatically have a white color. So we'll say width maximum, which is infinite, height infinite. So now we don't see that difference anymore. So we can now click on our row and click on add a child to the row. We can now say text, and the text is going to be sign in with Google. So we can say sign in with Google. All right, did we get it right? Yes, sign in with Google. Then what else? We can just go ahead and then maybe click on these. No, let's click on these and push it a little bit, maybe give it some padding. This could be 50. All right, so 50, pretty much, maybe 65. All right, so 65. So let's go ahead and click on the row, click on the container, give it some padding on the top. Let's say 12, preferably the same as what was there in the other one. So let's click on this one and say, what does it have? It has 24. So let's click on the container here and give it the same thing, just to be somehow uniform. All right, so click on that and scroll down here a bit, and I'm gonna duplicate this for the Apple part. So it's not so wide a part, so this one we can change it to 12. Okay, so no, not that one, this one. Okay, so click on this, change it to 12, and I can now say here Apple logo. Okay, I'm searching on Google now to get Apple logo, and I think I will just pick one of this. This might work. Let's copy image address and click on the image and scroll down, go on here and Ctrl A to select everything and paste this. So we have this. So now we're now going to say sign in with Apple. So we can say sign in with Apple. Okay, so I believe you have been able to learn a good number of things right now in this tutorial. So let's do this last part. Don't have an account, sign up. This is the last part here. So we can click on this row and copy it, Ctrl C, click on the column and paste it, and then here we can just say Ctrl D to duplicate it. So we can now say this one is going to say don't have an account. Then the padding is just going to be roughly 8, not that much. Then here we'll say sign up. Okay, so sign up. For this one, let's click on the row and center align it. All right, then we can click on don't have an account and say turn these to black. Okay, and there you go, we have it working for us now. So I think this is okay. Sign up, pretty much okay, really, if you ask me. So I think this is okay, really. You might want to consider changing the sizes and all of that, but well, I'm not pretty much of a UI UX designer. I'm just like trying to understand the sizes of these things actually. So but I think we have done some good work so far, and let's see, we're supposed to have like a lot of space here, but we don't. What is taking so much of our space? I can't really see what is taking so much of the space. Maybe these, maybe let's change this to 25, and maybe give this some padding of 50. Yeah, so maybe something like this. This is good now, so we can always get to use this. All right, so we have done the login screen. The sign up screen is almost the same thing, so we would just go ahead and just right click on this and say duplicate screen, tap inside here, then just click on this and say sign up. All right, so we're changing the name of the screen to sign up inside here, and here we will say create an account. For this place, we will say create an account. Did I get it right? Create an account. Please fill these details to create an account. This one will say please fill these details to create an account. All right, so now we have this. Okay, well, it's supposed to be one line actually, so I think we might just need to reduce this to 13 maybe. Okay, so the next thing is what else? So we have here name, email, password. So we can say click on here and say Control D. So let's go ahead and reduce the spacing in between our text. Okay, so let's make these 20. 20. It's actually much. It's a lot. Let's make these 12. Really. 12, and then these as well 12. So yeah, so 12. Okay, so here is going to be name. Here it has like John Wilson, like more like name. So I'll say maybe John Wilson. Okay, then here is password. We need to sign in with these. Let's see. This is gonna be this is supposed to be sign in. Okay, sign in. Maybe sign in. Okay, that's fine. Don't have an account. This says don't have account. Okay, so we need to change this to something else. Let's see. Let me change the top part here, the padding on the top here to 26. Okay, then we can change what else can we change here? Let's change this. Have an account. Let's say have an account. And then this one is going to be sign in. Sign in. All right, so this is it. This one, okay, here we say create an account for button. Create account. Yeah, so create accounts here. I think that's pretty much it. We can change this to capital letter P for please, and I think that's it. Then we need to change this particular field. Let's tell FlutterFlow that this text field is a password. So you have to scroll down and come to where we have password field, check, turn it on, and then we need to say icon. We need to give it maybe alternate color, and then we can say 20 here. All right, just so that we can have the visible icon thing here. All right, that's to toggle the visibility of the password. Okay, so now we have that. We can go back to our login and do the same thing. So click on enter password part. We can change this to 12 at once. Yes, and scroll down, go to where we have the password field, toggle it on, and click here and maybe use alternate. Right, then make these 20. I think 24 will make a lot of sense. Yes, 24. Let's go back here and change this to 24 instead of 20. So I'm scrolling down and then we change this to 24. Okay guys, so we have been able to create the login screen and the sign up screen for our project, and I think that's where we will stop for the meantime for the verification side. We will continue this later, yeah, towards the as the course goes on. Yeah, we need to just start building some other things that are like super intense. Then from there we'll go ahead and build on top of these other ones that are not super intense. Okay, all right, so I think that's where we will stop, and we'll see you in the next part. See you soon.